Special greetings, ladies and gentlemen. It's a pleasure having you join us for yet another special edition of 30 Minutes with Stars, your favorite talk show coming to you all the way from Star Television. We also stream live on Facebook and on YouTube on Turbo Empire TV. Like I earlier said, it's a very exciting edition, ladies and gentlemen, because we are at the closing ceremony. Yeah, it's the closing ceremony of the community journalism project um, sponsored by Draufsicht Bamenda and Sodi. So on today's edition of 30 Minutes with Stars, we will be getting to know more about Draufsicht Bamenda. We will be getting to know more about the community journalism project, its beneficiaries, and maybe what next after the project. So stay with us, ladies and gentlemen. I am your humble host, Novena Ivona, and when we come back from this jingle break, we'll get to discover who are our guests, who are our stars on this special edition of the program. Stay with us.
Looking for ways to hype your business. Sometimes you've been an entrepreneur, promoter, spiritual leaders, business people with the big shops, fashion designers, yeah, filmmakers, yeah, with the artists where just sing song, they make man shaku. 30 minutes with stars, we've got Prince Tobo on the table. Come and talk about your business, so the whole world will know you, yeah. 30 minutes, 30 minutes with stars, 30 minutes, 30 minutes with stars, 30 minutes.
You're welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Like I earlier said, we will be talking more about Draufsicht Bamenda, the community journalism project. And our first guest on the program is none other than one of Draufsicht's, we call him a big Hannah. Yes, he's none other than the one in charge of knowledge management for Draufsicht Bamenda. You can call him the knowledge management consultant. And of course, he is a development consultant. He is none other than Wirsiy Burinyuy. Hello, Wirsiy.
Hey, Bon.
It's a pleasure having you join us on set.
Thank you very much. The pleasure is mine. Thank you for the invite.
And thanks for coming, Wirsiy. So we would like to hear more from you. You know, me saying something and you saying something, they are two different things. So let's hear more from you. Do I say who is Draufsicht Bamenda? So just tell us more about Draufsicht Bamenda.
Okay, thank you. Draufsicht Bamenda is a group of young people who come together and reflect on how they can contribute their little quota to develop and build their community, to provide local solutions to global problems that are facing the world through documentary filmmaking. So basically that's what Draufsicht is.
Okay, providing local solutions to global problems.
Absolutely.
And I think it's because of this vision that the community journalism project is existing, I guess.
You're right.
So maybe you tell us a bit about the community journalism project.
Okay. Functioning under the understanding that the Anglophone crisis has been running for about 4 years plus now, Chelsea's team and its members were reflecting on what contribution they could make to see how the crisis could come to an end. And so in its reflections, the members were looking at what is happening. And so Draufsicht was reflecting from the perspective of working with the fourth estate journalists. Working with the fourth estate journalists. Journalists are frontliners in the crisis, and they are communicating information to communities. And so, this was under the understanding that there is a lot of fake news, there is a lot of misinformation, there is a lot of disinformation. People are in fear. And all of this, probably, the frontliners are perhaps not given the role that they should play in a conflict situation. They should be able to inform the people with right information, with correct information, with fact-checked information. And so with this background, the Community Journalism Project was born to work with journalists who live and practice in the crisis-hit regions. You get?
Okay.
And so we want to work with these people because they are the frontliners and they live and work in these communities so that they can be able to disseminate information which is appropriate, information which is hate-free, information which is empathetic, information which is real. So basically, this is the reflections that Draufsicht had and has been having before the community journalism project came to light.
All right, so it's true what you said about fake news, hate speech, misinformation, and I must say that it's an ill we cannot completely take off. It's an ill, it's a societal ill that we it takes time and it takes consistency in curbing it, and I must appreciate Draufsicht Bamenda for that wonderful step. So now let's get to hear from you. How has the journey been? How has it been? From the start of the project. I believe it's a 2-year project. Yes, it's 2 years.
Correct.
So how has it been?
2 years. It's been interesting. It's been an interesting journey, and I must say that this sojourn with civil society actors, with the Fourth Estate, has been a learning journey, a journey of thoughtful reflections, a journey of thought-provoking sessions, a journey of looking into what is it that is not working, how can we make it better. So it has been a journey with which it has not been a smooth ride though.
Okay.
But then we thank goodness that if we are here today, then we want to reflect to see what went well,
Okay.
what did not work well, what can Draufsicht Bamenda do better, and to chart a way forward. It's been 2 years. I mean, March 2020 to March 2022 has been exactly 2 years. And so we had this few months to wrap up, and then now we're here to do an internal evaluation of the entire project for this past 2 years.
All right, so let's talk about the it has not been easy part of your statement. What are some of the challenges you've encountered so far?
First of all, in your introductory words, you did mention that we're in Fumbot. And we're in Fumbot because we needed, or we wished that people we've been working with, that they have a kind of a renewed spirit, a rekindlement of their thoughts. And so we came here because the people we've been working with live and practice in the crisis region. And so the crisis itself has been a challenge. I mean, there are days when you schedule an activity and either there is probably a lockdown is happening, or maybe there is some commotion, or there is an unforeseen circumstance.
Like
that has
the one now.
Yes, I mean, and there's an unforeseen circumstance that comes up, and we are bound to adjust. And thank goodness that we have been flexible. Draufsicht and his team has been flexible in their work and been able to dispatch. So it was, the challenges were there, but then we had to adjust to the times and try to work. And also away from the context with which we were working, the crisis region, we also had challenges of getting the right persons to work with. Sometimes, or not really sometimes, the many journalists, the many civil society actors, that we could not work with all of them. However, it had to take us a while to be able to do some scrutiny to be sure that those we were getting were people who were going to, in fact, that we're meeting the right people. So these are some of the challenges which we may not be able to mention all of them, but these are some which are prominent, which could be highlighted.
All right, so let's talk about the achievements so far. I mean, it's been a 2-year journey. What will you say has been the achievements of Draufsicht Bamenda in its community journalism project?
Thank you. Like I mentioned earlier, it has been a learning journey. First of all, for Draufsicht as his team, because in our other activities we have been working with journalists, but not really this time around. It's been a 2-year time, and it's been a family, absolutely, that has been built, and we have got to learn also, around working with diversity, working with new people, working with I think I would summarize it as we gained cross-cultural competencies to be able to work with different people across different sectors, people with varying cultural conditionings. Sometimes it wasn't really quite easy, to maneuver or to circumvent this diversity. But then again, we were able. So it was a learning journey. First of all, we learned, gained competencies with cultural diversity, and also one of the other successes, which yesterday one of the participants did mention that their style of reporting had changed drastically when they retrospect to look at 2 years when they started this whole journey. So to me, I think it's a milestone that Draufsicht to celebrate. We should pour champagne to that, because if someone is acknowledged that their reporting has improved from what it was, I mean, they have surpassed their expectations, which they mentioned at the beginning of the project, then I think it's a milestone to us that the feedback that the members gave us is feedback which is meaningful, is feedback which we can build upon, is feedback which can improve upon. So these are 2 milestones among which we should celebrate.
All right, so we've come to the end of the community journalism project. But what next? I mean, these journalists, in as much as they are happy, they've shared testimonies, but now it's the end of the project. I mean, what next? What's in the pipeline for them?
Thank you. The coordinator, Godlove, did mention yesterday, I think, that the project is ending. Draufsicht is not ending. It is the project. Okay. It is the project that is ending. Draufsicht is not ending. Draufsicht will be there.
All right. And ladies and gentlemen, that's it. The project is ending, but Draufsicht Bamenda community journalism is not ending. Thank you so much, Wirsiy Burinyuy, for accepting to join us on today's edition of the program.
The pleasure was mine, and thank you for inviting me for the program 30 Minutes with the Stars. It's a pleasure to be with you, Vona.
And ladies and gentlemen, that's it. Let's go for this musical break. And when we come back, we get to talk to some beneficiaries of the community journalism project. Stay with us.
30 minutes with stars. 30 minutes. 30 minutes with stars. 30 minutes. 30 minutes with stars. 30 minutes.